Good morning. Hey guys. Okay, so this is going to be a different kind of video than I usually do. But there's a rhyme and a reason, of course. So I don't usually share more personal things on a public forum because my goal is to help you, and most of you guys are so sensitive and caring that I don't want you to worry about me. Like, that's not the point of all this, right? But I want to just share kind of what's been going on with me so that if you've noticed some changes or mostly as a lesson for you guys to advocate for yourselves, but that's what's going on. I'll get as much of this out as I can. If I have to do 2 parts, I will, but I'm just going to start. So, August of last year, my family and I went. My mom's always wanted to go to see the Amish country, so we took a trip out to Lancaster County. We did all the fun things. I'm still not used to myself in these braces, so I'm sorry. It's just weird, but on the way back, we stopped in Gettysburg. I did the driving so that my dad didn't have to. So I was in the car about 6 hours. Not a big deal. We stopped for lunch. When we got back, I noticed that my legs were very swollen and very painful. So I thought it was just from driving. Immediately propped them up. You know, I know all the things, like put them above your heart, blah, blah, blah. That went on about a week, and I thought, okay, this isn't just from driving, there's something going on. So I go to the doctor. Now, y'all may remember the doctor that I loved that found out that my thyroid was engorged or swollen or whatever the right word is. She retired. So I had gone through like 2 nurse practitioners, 2 PAs at the practice. They just couldn't find anyone to replace her. She was irreplaceable. But I had requested a different doctor there. So I went in to go see him. And he was like, oh, no, you just had too much salt. I said, I've never gained 10 pounds and had swollen legs from salt. And I don't eat a lot of salt. So he was like, no, it's because you were eating out. It was fast food. It was Amish food. I said, I don't think so, but whatever. He gives me a water pill. Fine. I think I had a follow-up a couple of weeks later, maybe. No improvement. Nothing's better. So I'm like, and then going on through some time around, I don't remember when everything happened, but I also got like a sore throat, and he wouldn't see me in person because he thought maybe I had COVID. He sent me out. I tested negative for everything, COVID, strep, and flu that time. And so I said, I'm concerned about like my kidneys. So, you know, I'm definitely going to advocate for myself the best I can. So I'm like researching, like what would cause this edema? Like, this is really bizarre. It's not getting better at all, no matter what I did. So, he's like, okay, fine. I'll test something for your kidney. So he gives me some kind of a lab blood test that I do. And it came back with my protein in my blood really low and my calcium really low. Well, the nurse, I can see the results before they call me. The nurse calls and says, eat more protein, take a calcium supplement. I don't think that's how that works, but y'all are the professionals. Fine. So back and forth. I feel like that's maybe by October, somewhere in there, I actually did get the flu, I think. I don't even remember. Oh, yeah, because I'd gotten a flu shot, but I wasn't inoculated yet, and I got the flu. That was maybe closer to November. I can't remember. But it was a crazy few months. Also, in the meantime, we find out that we're probably going to be moving and we're traveling. I went on vacation in September. I was incredibly miserable over my birthday, just with the swelling, and we were on a cruise and it was in the ocean, and that makes you swell. So a lot of pain, a lot of discomfort. I don't remember the timeline exactly. He kept changing the water pills. He never acknowledged those lab results to me personally, just what the nurse said. Before I left, so by late November, I guess, he said, well, the next step, so August to November, September, October, 3 months now. He's like, the next step would be go to a lymphedemiology clinic, but since you're leaving, just find one when you get there. Really? I was thrilled. So at this point, now I've gained like 20 pounds. The swelling is out of control. I'm on my 3rd water pill. I had an allergic reaction to one of them. Like nothing's happening. Water pills aren't doing anything. Maybe they're dehydrating me, but like I'm not getting rid of any of this water. It was awful. So, I don't even know the next part. So we, I guess we get ready to move. I immediately start looking for doctors, whatever. By January, also, I hurt my knee bowling. I was with my in-laws and we went bowling the day after Christmas, and I was trying to be funny and it wasn't. And I hurt my knee. Y'all already know I have one bad knee. I hurt my good knee. It was awful. So that also didn't help with the swelling, right? Like now I couldn't bend my knee. I couldn't walk. Like it was awful. Thank goodness my mom came when we started to unpack the house, because I could barely go up and down the stairs. Like I was just really slow. It was just the worst. I had probably gained 25 pounds at this point. I was just miserable, like uncomfortable in my own skin. Nothing fit. It was starting, not like affecting my breathing, but just like I was down, I was sad, I was irritable. I just wasn't comfortable, right? I mean, of course not. So I get into a doctor in January, pretty early. I feel like it was the 9th. I don't know. And I go in with this like list of everything that's wrong. So I need her to check my thyroid, just because, I do have to take thyroid medicine now because I don't have this side, and this side still has swelling, but that's a whole nother story. And she just checks everything. It's time for my annual physical anyway. She checks it all. Y'all, my cholesterol has tripled since June. And I said, Doc, something's wrong. Like, I've already known something's wrong, but something's really wrong. I never have high cholesterol. It's not genetic in our family. I don't know what's going on. Help. So she runs a whole litany of labs. Protein is still crazy low. Calcium's off. Albumin's off. A bunch of other stuff's off. She's like, I'm going to send you to a blood specialist. So hematology and oncology. So that didn't scare me or anything. I'm like, you're sending me to the blood cancer doctor? She did. That doctor, I think I got into her in February. She's like, I don't think I'm where you need to be, but nephrology, kidneys are next door. And I'm like, I'm going to murder someone if it's kidneys, right? She goes and asks them, what labs should I run? I think this is a kidney issue. They tell her, she runs it. I go back to the lab. Now they're doing urinalysis along with more blood work. Sure enough, it's my kidneys. I was pissed. I still am pissed. Let's just be honest. I still really want to write that doctor a letter, but I won't, probably, and I haven't. So she kicks me next door. The most amazing doctors I've ever met, and they're not even far from my house. I'm so blessed. They're like, we're going to figure this out. It's okay. Like, we'll get there. So more lab work. I am on a first name basis with the phlebotomist at Quest because I go so much now. They rule out a bunch of stuff. So they rule out autoimmune. They rule out all the hepatitises. They rule out HIV. They rule out lupus, that's autoimmune. They can tell it's not like cancer or structural based on the labs. It's definitely something on the interior. So they're like, okay, the next step is a biopsy. Well, I'm also have an endocrinologist to just monitor my thyroid because I have goiters on it, right? In the same week, March 7th and March 9th, I had 2 biopsies. March 7th, I had 4 more biopsies on this side of my thyroid. March 9th, my left kidney was biopsied. So my medical bills, I probably have almost met my deductible already because I have done so much medical stuff since January 9th. Okay, I'm going to stop here. We're going to call this part 1 because I'm at 11 minutes, and I'll pick up with part 2, okay?